Random coloring live. I just got home from work just a little bit ago, a few minutes ago, and I just need to do something relaxing. Oh, and so what is that for me? Besides playing scales on the piano, coloring, coloring, coloring. Why am I singing? Silly. I don't know. Okay, turn that thing off. What the heck? Go away. I got as you can see, I got aviary open because I don't know, because I have been working in it lately, and I'm thinking about. I wonder if I should work on this stuff. Mm. I almost think I could put some stickles in here, make it sparkly. What am I gonna work on? What am I gonna work on? Or am I gonna do something new? Or am I gonna do this? Because I opened up to this and I'm wondering. I have to match colors in this. That page is it's all janky. Sorry about that. Uh, Wondering how loose does my brain feel? Where I can just go in and do whatever. Or do I just need to pick a different book? I don't know. Uh, I did start. Let's see. I do not know what to do with that bird. Do I feel like I got some ability to mess with this? I thought about basing this bird with either a water-based marker or alcohol marker to kind of give me something, but I don't know what to do. I mean, I see a bird this big, and the birds I think of that are shaped like this are usually small birds, but to have them that huge, then I don't know, it just confuses me. I don't know what to do with it. Or I could finish this page. What they got on there? How did I get this? Keyboard shortcuts. I bet you I won't be able to find that when I want it. Um, I gotta do the rocks. And I still don't know how to do the rocks. I'm still on the fence about it. Really, I'm not going to spend all this time just trying to figure out what to do. Let's not do that. Let's try not to do that. Let's see. What do I have in here? Or do we want to work on another mandala? Maybe. That's relaxing. What do I have in this book? Child, this thing is going to come tumbling down on me if I don't put these books back in the... Oh, I could do one of these. These are the books I need to put back to the... I really got to put some things away. Pictures that are done. So let's see what else is up here. Anything I want? Anything I want? Nope. Hi. Well, I do have. Oh. Oh, I finished that. That's got to be put away. That's probably why that was there. Hey, Jill. Happy, what is it? Tuesday. I had to think about that. Put color in my lamp book. That might calm me down. Oh, lordy. Wonder if I could do some experimenting in this book. I still need to finish Mr. Fox. This is kind of a book. I don't care what happens in it. I could finish her. Nah. I don't like how it started. The purple started off good and then it went bad. Made me mad. So. Been thinking about like covering the black lines somehow in this book. How to do that? Because black lines really bother me. I don't like them. They just seem very, I don't know, oppressive or something. Kind of like this turtle. I'm just going to have you in a whole crystal coloring frenzy. Don't know if I'm up for that. Now this is kind of like showing light coming down, which is a good kind of coloring exercise to get, but that might stress me out right now. That's kind of simple. I'd have to figure out how to do the jewelry things. It's kind of stressing me out right now. This kind of reminds me of like the caverns that are all over the world. And there's some in Jamaica, and I can't remember what they're called. The stalactites and stalagmites, like the ones that come down and the ones that go up. It's like a cave that has like a whole bunch of those. And some of them look like they're in the shape of animals, and like I don't think anybody knows how they got that way. And they're kind of like a sea greenish white color. That's maybe a thought for an inspiration for this one. Okay, that's goofy. I don't know why I kind of like coloring snakes. Maybe it's because now having a garden, snakes are kind of my friends. As long as I don't see those black snakes that like hang around the water snakes, those things are evil. I've heard stories about them things around here. So I don't ever want to come up on one of those. But the garden snakes, they're my friends. They be eating critters. I like it. And they don't bite. They don't bug you. But I ain't coloring that. This is kind of small. I don't know. How many pages in this book do I like? Kind of like this one. I don't feel like coloring everything that's in it, though. But I need to. Finish it. Maybe we'll do this. I don't feel like it. Sorry. This is where I am today. I came on to color. Am I going to color? Who knows? I don't believe in unicorns. We ain't doing that. Ooh, I like dragons. That looks almost like a, what do you call it, Komodo dragon? That isn't really a dragon, but I don't know if I'm into any of this. Maybe I'll color a PDF. Kind of like this one a little bit, but I I keep feeling like I'm just going to mess it up. There's this one, which is beautiful, but I feel like I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to cover up that eye because, like, I ain't got any use for that. What is this one? What if I just colored in things and didn't care what it was? What if I just did that? What would happen? I don't know. Trying to convince myself to color something in here. It's not working out too good. It's gonna be April tomorrow. April. Ciao. I kind of like this one. I do. What colors have I not used yet? Oh, my nails are a wreck. I need to file that nail. I noticed. I just looked just a few minutes ago. I was like, how did they get so long? We gotta get rid of that. I'm on a whole, like, as far as technique, at first it was thumbs, and I'm still kind of focusing on thumbs for piano. And now I gotta focus on the little finger, the fifth finger. Because fifth on this one, first on this one, fifth on this one. I don't know. I get confused. Anyway, yeah, I gotta work on those next because I keep finding it's like, why is it doing that? And then I just saw a video that said that um not everyone has a tendon in their fifth finger. I was like, really? So maybe that's part of my problem. Okay, so let's color and stop talking junk. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? I just dumped a bunch of pencils. I dumped 2 trays of these today, or this morning actually, before I went to work. And whatever. I picked them up. I'll put them back. They'll get there. Where's the darkest blue in here? I got navy blue 61, cobalt blue, denim blue. I don't know. I'm better at random. I don't know why I want dark blue though. Why do I want dark blue? Let me go into that. I'm gonna put these back as I maybe as I pick them out. I don't want blue for this page. Why am I looking at blue? I'm always looking at red and red orange. I need to stop that. That's always the first pencil, one of the first pencils to like go down. But guess what? I'm using it. What is this red? It looks more red orange. Hey Mary, happy Tuesday. I'm just gonna have fun. Whatever I pick up is what's going on it. These are the Color Premiums. And I have other pages that I started with these that I should probably finish, but I don't feel like it. Got my 2 o'clock, my regular 2 o'clock work thing I got to do. And so I thought, what do I do until then? I could do more work or I could play. And I decided to play. See, I'm starting to color too hard with this, with these. Which can start to hurt the hand, which is why I'm kind of starting to appreciate layering a lot more, because it doesn't hurt the hand. It's just gradual buildup in steps. That's a weird red. I need more light. Oh, cool. I don't have that one. I don't know if I'm going to get it either. I think I have enough mythographic books. I'll wait until one really strikes my fancy, and until I feel like I can really color in well to my liking in these books. Yeah. Something I am getting is that swatch book that the Coloring Diva had in her video the other day, where she was reviewing um, the new jelly rolls that are supposed to be shimmer. I was just looking at it. It's supposed to get here tomorrow. It's called Ruby Charm Colors Big Book of Color Charts. I am getting that. Believe it or not, I'm getting a swatch book. Because I liked the look of the book, how it's arranged and stuff, so I was like, I think I kind of want a sharp point on this, but I don't want to sharpen the pencil. I don't know why. I like keeping the point that they came with on any pencil, like for as long as possible. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just one of my things. But this might get on my nerves too. Let me at least block in the color for the other ones. I took some stuff out the freezer to make for dinner. That fried rice, the pork fried rice I made, I thought it was going to last 2 days. Well, not really. When I went back downstairs to have a little bit more of it for dinner, because I kind of had the first bunch of it for lunch, there was hardly any left. And I was like, whoa. And I said to my husband, I guess you liked it. He goes, yeah, I did. That bowl, I can't even imagine how much he had in his bowl, because I made a lot. It was a lot. It was a big pan. I had to use like the biggest pan that I have to make it. And it was kind of heaping up in that. Was it like a 12-inch pan? It's really big. 12-inch diameter. And I mean, I'm glad he liked it. But then it's like, well, I'm not cooking tomorrow. This is basically like, I don't know what you're eating tomorrow, because this was just the last 2 days. Do I want this in each of those? I'm going to do it on this. Okay, Jill. Um, so I looked because I kind of want to downsize some things in the freezer because I had ordered I ordered some meat from BJ's, and my husband picked it up when he had to go that way last week, and I was having a hard time getting stuff in the freezer to fit. And it's like, there's a lot of stuff that needs to like be used up in here. And so I've got like some grated cauliflower in there. I had some seasoned rice that was in there that, like, I when I made it, I made a whole lot, and it's like, well, I don't think we're gonna feel like eating this much of it over the next few days, so I froze it. And so I took that out, and then there was a beef roast that I made at one time, like last year, I think. And like um my husband like had took the slices that were left over it after a couple days, and vacuum packed them, vacuum sealed them, and we put those in the freezer. And so I took those out, and I'm gonna make, like I don't know, something like Mexican, what do you call it, Spanish rice or something with it. So, and I have a little bit of the white rice left over from when I was making the fried rice. I have some white rice left over, so I'll probably mix that in with it and do like make a sofrito with some poblano peppers, and yeah, grind up the roast beef slices with in the Cuisinart thingy, and that'll at least be for tonight. Something to eat for today. I need a darker color. I don't know if I care for that red at all. Okay. Deep pink? Pink? It looks red. I know, I have the color chart, don't I? That's what I'm supposed to be doing with it, right? No, that's too much like right. 90? 90? Okay, I think I want light brownish red, actually. This is deep pink. Well, I don't want to go pink. I want this guy. Light brownish red, which is 100. And I bet you, is that the tray that I dumped? No, it's not. Yay! I'm always trying to sneak vegetables in everything I make. I'm always like, and I always try to make it so that there's actually more vegetables than meat or starch. But sometimes it's a little challenging trying to do that. When I get my braces off, I am probably going to go like all but vegan because I'm going back to my vegetables, like, yeah, I'm going back to that because I miss that. That's how I eat, and I haven't been able to eat that way with braces because I can't. It's like I can't even eat Brussels sprouts. It's like, ugh, makes me sad. And I love pan roasted Brussels sprouts. But I'm sub to that kind of grocery produce thing that's local called Off the Muck. And it's mostly all, like produce, like vegetables, but you can order other things from them too. But I'm there for the vegetables that come, like, directly from the farmers, especially like small organic farmers. And which is one reason why I do it, is to support them. But I'm actually getting Brussels sprouts from them this week. So I'm going to test out, can I eat those now? because I really am jonesing on vegetables. Maybe I'll make a dal and then make Brussels sprouts to go on top of it. Do I like how this looks? I don't know. We're going with it. This is what happens when you don't. I just don't plan my colors. I really don't. I just don't. I might do better if I did, but I just can't do it. I can't do it. If I'm painting, I do, but not with this. Kind of heavy, but like I should sharpen the pencil. That probably would give me a better effect. Looks kind of caca, but I'm gonna keep doing caca. So I'm thinking next month, if we're still doing that whole mermaid May, or not next month, May. That's when I got to get out the Jasmine Beckett Griffith book. Gotta get ready. I want some texture. I wonder what would happen if I blended this a little bit. Do I have one of my... I do have blender out. It's got purple. Ooh. Ooh. That's got issues. So there's this little tray. I need to empty it before it empties itself all over something. Wouldn't be the first time that happened. What happens if I do this? Anything? Anything? What is this? Pastor or something. Could just be doing an unnecessary step. I just kind of want to see what happens. I was going to do some reading instead of coloring, but I couldn't find one of my notebooks for one of my books. I have a separate one for each one I'm reading, and I couldn't find it. Now I'm trying to figure out, did I make one for that? And then it's like, oh, brother. Then we're going to be like going through boxes trying to, it's like, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. It's too much like work. I can make him green and red. That sounds like a caterpillar. But then we're going to have a lot of green in the background. But then that's why they're green, is because they kind of blend in, right? All these crazy things hanging off of them. What color are we going to make those? Could use my favorite blue. Prismacolor Cobalt Turquoise. I feel like that's going to be in every single picture for the year of 2026. I can't stay away from it. I really can't. I love this color. Put a yellow on top of that. like use the yellow color or something on top of it. And then give me a nice green. So we had a lot of rain last night. And it was actually like a thunderstorm, like at like 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And the whole one whole side of our yard, it's basically just trees. It's where I'd gotten the riding mower stuck one time because it tends to stay damp for a long time, even in the middle of summer. And it's all flooded, like more than I've ever seen it. But the good part is it stayed down there and it didn't come up, to the garage. And it didn't really do the backyard near any of the garden beds. So I wonder, my husband must have done something to reroute the water, which is good because I told him I wasn't planting anything until he took care of that. I don't do work for it to be undone. That's not my life. It's gonna have to look ugly until the problem gets fixed. So if you fix the problem, then I I'll plant. There's one thing I don't like doing, it's wasting time. Wasting energy on work that's gonna get undone. Nope. Sorry. You're gonna have to look at a lot ugly yard till you fix it. I got other things I can do. Do I sound like I got attitude? Yeah, I got attitude. I just try and keep it in its place. I got a lot of attitude actually. But most of the time it stays checked. Keep it in check. It only comes out when it has to. And even then, sometimes, just keep it in check. Stuff might be going through my mind, but I won't say it. And I happen to be looking, I don't know, I think I saw a video of someone who was taking their autistic brother to a cat cafe. And I started thinking, I was like, I wonder if we have those. If there's any of those near me. And there is one, well, it's not near me, but, there is one. A couple, I guess. I'm thinking about it. Get your fix, for cats if you can't have one. I think they also have I think there's something like that for dogs too. I think I need to visit them. Problem is I probably come home with one or two. And I don't know if it's time for that right now. My ownership of pets has always been a kind of work of providence, so to speak. And I take that very seriously. I feel like it's like the being that the living thing that God has given me charge over, you know. And it's for me, it's a responsibility for their lifetime. It's not just, oh, I'm sick of this, let me give them away. No, not doing that. And that costs money and time and energy. And we did a lot of that for like what, 15 years, more than that actually. And yeah, it's a responsibility. So as much as I want to have cats and dogs, I don't feel like right now we're at the time where it's good for us to have them. And it would have to be that God would have to bring that one to us. That one, two, three, or four. I don't want to do four again. No. Um, he'd have to do it to know the ones he wants with us. Cause I have some kind of a animal magnet about me, and yes, I had to be careful interacting with animals because I will wind up coming home with one or thinking about that one so much that it's like, no, I can't leave it there. But you just can't do that for. There was one cat I knew that cat did not belong. No, that not the one. There was one. There was like a feral cat that had been hanging around our yard for like a long time, and and all of a sudden one day, I don't know, I opened the door. Like I never was feeding it or anything like that. It just would show up from time to time. It would be somewhere like walking around in the yard or whatever. And one day I think I went to get the mail or something like that. And coming back in, I didn't realize the cat was there and it ran into our house. I mean, ran in front, it ran past me and then was on the rug that's like in kind of in front of the between the door and the rest of that room. And it started I don't know, it started doing something very territorial, very bossy. Like I could feel its attitude. And I was like, no, this is not your house. You need to go. It just had something on it, that I felt from it. And I love animals, right? But there was something about this one that was like, no, no, this is not your house. This is not going to be your house. This is not your house. It was weird. The spirit about it was just wrong. It was just wrong. And the cat that we had, the last cat we had, and it was like after all the other cats had passed, they died basically, basically old age. Um, there was this one that like it kept jumping up to. I love that cat so much, and it's even hard for me to talk about her because of the way she passed. She got hit by a car, and that was all traumatic. I was like actually comforting the person that hit her because they didn't realize it, and that they stopped like and pulled in our driveway, and they were traumatized too. So it was just a whole traumatic event. I loved that cat. That cat, there was something about that cat that just um we were like this, and she was like she was a tuxedo cat. Oh my god, she's so freaking cute. Her face was black, and she had white whiskers, and she lived to entertain. Oh my gosh, she was so hilarious. But yeah, she had been, and I think it was like a November that, and it was getting cold, and there was this, it's like I saw her like a couple nights, like I guess she was on our porch and she saw the light from our picture window, and so she would keep jumping up so you could see her in the window. And so her legs and arms would be spread out and she'd just like jump up, like, here I am. I'm like, what the heck? And I looked, I was like, I don't know what that's about. I don't know. But I kept thinking about it. And she did that like for 2 or 3 nights. And um the third night, I think, I finally, like, I opened the door and I picked her up and she just started climbing all over me and she was purring and I was like, uh-oh. And she didn't have any tags or anything on her because I was thinking, sometimes cats would just come by because, I live in the country and it's somebody else's cat and, they just come by because we got catnip in the yard that grows wild. Can't get rid of it. Um, but yeah, she just was climbing all over me and purring and I was like, uh-oh. I don't know if I did that for 2 nights in a row or I did that one night, but whatever it was, then there was a night when like I finally I called my husband because like, you know, and and he saw her and she started crawling all over him and I was like and I said to him, I says, is this like what we think it is? He's like he goes, yeah, I think it is. So that she was like ours. That was it. It's like, okay, get the cat stuff out. Get the litter box. Do we have any litter left? Get that together. I still miss her. Oh my gosh, she was hilarious. The sweetest thing. But losing her broke my heart. It totally broke my heart. I couldn't even talk about it for like at least a year. Broke my heart. Then my sister wound up dropping off her dog at our house when I was supposed to. I said I was going to find somebody that would take him because I knew somebody would, and I didn't. Because like when I would go visit her, we would go visit her. Like we were spending a whole lot of time with that dog. And I guess the same thing happened when my brother would go visit my sister too. He would spend a lot of time with it too. And we yeah, I mean I'd be taking it for walks, we'd be running, doing this, and then he'd be trying me like to go like certain places where like normally he wouldn't be able to go. I was like, nah, nah. I see what you do. And I'd always have him snuggling up with us and so we hadn't intended to have a dog, but like when my sister said they were going to have to get rid of him, I was like, get rid of him. And it didn't make sense to me, but I'm like, okay, well, I says, I can't let a dog that I've known and spent time with wind up in some strange place that like he might not be treated well. And so I thought, well, so let me ask around up here and I can find, a place for him. And then my sister and brother-in-law had to come up because one of my uncles had died and so they were coming up for the funeral and they brought the dog with them and so it's like and they drove too all the way from Atlanta, so he loves car rides, so he really loved car rides, so that was no big deal, that drive. But the fact is, he wasn't going back down again. That was their intent. We had to take him home. I was like, brother. It's like, well, I wasn't really ready for this. I mean, it's not that we don't have dog stuff, because, we had them before our dog passed. So, wound up being with us, I don't know, like 10 years, is it? Almost 10 years? That dog got the life. Oh my gosh. So I do feel good about that. We gave him the best life. My goodness, he was going all over the place. And everywhere he went, everybody loved him. Everybody loved him. We take him to Lowe's, especially my husband, like cuz I was nervous about taking I wasn't used to dogs because the dog that we had was kind of like she was a border collie German shepherd mix, smart as heck, and she just was used to roaming. Like she had her own, her own schedule of things. And she ran between our house and my in-laws' house, which is behind us. She kind of lived at both houses, but we were the primary house. She also used to walk down the road to other people's houses and they would let her in. So like she had various places where she would eat, get treats, whatever. My neighbor down the road, um actually, because like they used to they basically they hunt for their food that they eat, and so they'd have these carcasses of things and big bones of things that they would give her. And like, so it's kind of like she was like everybody's dog in a lot of ways, and she was incredibly sweet, incredibly smart, and she ran the woods and all this other kind of stuff. Like, I mean, she just was a different kind of dog. Not a dog you're gonna carry around in a leash on a leash. Even when I was the one who actually took her to get groomed like for the first time, and then I was from thereafter the one to do that because I kept wondering why nobody would ever take her to get groomed, because brushing her, like, she had so much undercoat. She looked like a bear in the wintertime. She had so much hair. And she loved being out in the snow. But I would have mounds of hair that I had brushed out of her. And finally I was to the point where like I can't, I can get some of it, but I can't do all this all the time. It's crazy. And so I would take her in the early summer, late spring to the groomer, probably much to their dismay, but to actually get everything out of her. So I'd do what I could, and then I'd take her there for her to get a nice wash and whatever. And yeah, so she was a different kind of dog. So I wasn't used to dogs. So I wasn't like, she was not a car dog. She did not like the car at all. But this dog, for my sister, he loved the car. So I would take him like when I would go places, but I would leave him in the car with the window down or whatever. But my husband would actually take him into places. Child, he'd be, and he would take him without a leash too. Like, I'm like, how can you do that? I don't know. He was brave. He needed my husband who was going to be brave like that and do stuff because I was a little too uptight. He'd take him to Lowe's and he'd be running around meeting people. He'd be running. He he'd run into just to the doors to just to get them to open up and then walk away from them. He just like, he was funny. But yeah, so he really had the life up here. He got spoiled. So I was glad for that cuz I didn't want him to wind up somewhere where like, he wouldn't be loved like he needed it. So this is why I can't see. Don't let me see any cats or dogs. Don't let me see them. I can't because I will want them. That's why I can't go to, I can't go to the Humane Society or nope, 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 nope. I can't even have the commercials on for it. I can't even have the music playing for the commercials for them because it hits me so hard. I just got a thing for cats and dogs, for all animals really, but I mean, okay, let me tell you something about me. I'm a weird person who prays for roadkill. Like, really? Just like, I just say, then sometimes I think, wow, this is a little too much, Linda. I'll be driving, I see roadkill. I'm like, oh, meet me at my mansion. There's a whole crowd there. We'll hang in eternity. You'll have it good. Okay, where are we? See, I'm getting a lot of color and doing all that yapping. I got too many books under here. I probably should get rid of them, huh? Let's see. my Lent book. Probably should color at least one other page in here before it's over. I'm surprised I didn't do. I could have done Palm Sunday. It's really something about these illustrations that I really like. Almost makes me want to blow them up onto a bigger page and then maybe add to it somehow. Maybe get my own style out of it. So my faces work. I had to actually rip a page out of here because I messed it up so bad. I feel bad. There's another thing for making PDFs. I still gotta finish her. Put her up here. All these books I had sitting and not in the shelving. Okay, so we're not doing this one, so close that. Actually, we can get rid of both of these. I probably should eat some lunch, but it's too much like writing. I don't feel like doing that. Maybe I'll eat some peanut butter crackers or something. Where's the page? It's like, what were we coloring? Is it way back? Yeah, you know I don't like this book. I love skipping that many pages. Okay. I dreamed about one of our cats we had last night. I woke up and I realized, oh, I dreamed about that one. Each one of them had their own personality. The mainstays were like, we had 3 when I moved here. My husband had 2 male cats and the Border Collie German Shepherd mix. And then when I came here, I had already had a cat. I had a male cat who was always good for scoping out rejects. He was my date detector. Like, should you go out with him or not? Child, I think he almost ripped the balls off of some people. He was like, "You ain't touching my mommy." Oh my gosh, I love that cat. It was my bunny. He was also how I knew my best friend's girlfriend. How I knew that she was the one. Oh my god, my cat loved her. Oh my goodness. He was like crazy in love with her. I was like, oh yeah, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. He was too funny. So yeah, we had 3 male cats, and then somebody who was moving, and there was a neighborhood cat that they mostly were feeding, and it was kind of like, they kind of took her in, but then they were moving to another city, and so they actually dropped her off at our house. Like I said, people be doing that kind of stuff. So we had her for a while, and sweet little thing, and tough. Oh my gosh, she was tough. And she always used to eat the roses. She used to eat roses. And I think that was from her being used to being outside and having to feed herself for so long. Roses and pansies. She would always eat the pansies I had in the yard. And I think that had a part of her It had something to do too with her. She didn't live to, you know, a full life. I'll put it that way. That was traumatic too. Losing her. I don't know why. Both female cats lost them in a traumatic way. But hers was an illness that they couldn't figure out what it was. But them boy cats, ooh, they would leave her alone. She'd get up on her hind legs, and she was smaller than all of them. She would get up on her hind legs, stand up, and she'd have her paws out like this, ready to go whap, 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 whap. They, my cat that I came here with, he would actually like do a big circle to walk around her to avoid her, to let her know I ain't even trying to mess with you, girl. I ain't trying at all. You too, Jill. You have a good rest of your day. Blessings and love and health to you. What is this? Is this leaf or something else? I'm going to say it's leaf. So when I was looking at that cat cafe thing, they actually had, I guess, like you can adopt the cats too. Child, that sounds like trouble for me. But they actually have their two cats that are sisters. And I kind of like, I feel like if I were to get cats again, I kind of want to get more than one. And I kind of want them to be, to keep from two that are used to each other from getting split up, that kind of thing. Kind of would like to do that. I wish I were better with dogs, but I'm really not. So like that if but I know like if the Lord gives us one, then yeah, he's going to help me do that, but I'm really spoiled by that border collie German shepherd mix. I'm really spoiled by her. That dog was just smart as a whip. Oh my gosh. And saved. She used to protect the cats, but she would avoid them too because they would give her a heck. But she would protect the cats, but if there was a cat that came in the yard that did not belong to us, she would go after it to like, she would go after it. Just go after it. Keep it away and say, this ain't your yard. And if you come any closer, I'm going to do what dogs do with cats. So she knew the cats that belong to us and the cats that belong to my sister-in-law. Yeah, she knows which ones they are and, would hang with them and whatever if that was what they liked. And that one gray cat that had tried to come in our house that time that I was telling you about, that was one that she used to chase away. Because every once in a while he would show up and she'd run it out the yard. So I guess he figured when she wasn't around anymore, he could come in. I was like, no, that ain't how it works. This ain't your house. He just didn't, I don't know, something about that cat was weird, wild, and weird. But yeah, I'm really spoiled by her. So that I don't know how to have a dog. And I keep looking at like it's like Linda, those dogs are huge. Why you want even she was like I think 75 pounds. But I don't know why I keep looking at like these really big dogs and thinking, oh, Rottweilers and things. It's like them things eat. They eat a lot. What are you gonna do with that? They got big poop and all kinds of stuff. It's like, who wants to deal with that? But I keep looking at them. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. I had a coworker who She had was it a Rottweiler or something else? I think it was a Rottweiler. It was a big dog like that. One of them dogs with them big heads and big bodies. But she had one of those, and she had cats, and I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it. But she said that like the cats would use him to ride from room to room, so they wouldn't have to walk. I actually saw it when I went over her house one day to pick her up for something that we were doing for work. The cat actually was on the back of the Rottweiler, like, sitting there like, okay, let's go. And the dog was just like, yeah, okay. Doody doody do. I'm like, oh my goodness, I have never seen such a thing. I don't know how you get them to do that, to be good with each other. I don't know. That's another thing I'm nervous about. I just kind of grew into this situation with having cats and dogs. That I was like, I thought they were like enemies. How this work? I feel like if I were to intentionally try to do that, something would go wrong. I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know why I keep looking at big dogs and thinking, like, I don't know, feeling some kind of way, like, I don't know, some affinity towards them, because it's like some things eat. And if it's purebred, I don't know what their lifespan is like. It's not too good. I'm not into getting my heart broken so quick. It's a hard thing, losing a pet. And we had like one really bad year because all the cats were around the same age, and the dog, they were all around the same age. So I knew, that one time there was going to be one bad year. And yeah, when that one bad year came, oh my gosh, it was really hard. I do kind of feel like if I go to I don't know, see, I don't know. I don't know if I could go to one of those. I don't know. I get too attached. Oh my gosh. Kids and pets. It's like, I get too attached. I don't know. We just went ahead and just kept doing all these leaves. I guess this is the color that, like, well, at least it's the base color I'm using for them. I'm pretty sure I'm going to color over it with something else. I don't know if I'm going to make it like fantasy color, which I could do, or if I'm just going to color over with yellow or green to turn them more, leaf like. But, excuse me, I didn't even drink any coffee since I've been home. I'm really about that relaxed life. Kind of want to get all the leaves colored in. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know what the weather's going to do next. It's really kind of humid though. Humidity in the house is up. It's making my C6 key stick. And I know it's too humid. There's no way really to stop it. First, there's like no humidity. Humidity's low. Got to run the humidifiers, and then it's like high. It's really hard to judge it sometimes. And on top of us having pets, of course, my sister in law next door had pets. And so, like, the dogs would, this was their other house. So I always had dogs visiting all the time. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. But it was kind of fun though. And they knew the day that I cleaned out the refrigerator, they knew they were always going to get something. Let's go to Auntie's house. She's going to clean the refrigerator out today. And one, they had a white pit bull. He was too funny. When they were, I don't know, I think he was waiting for my husband's niece or something to get home. I don't know. But he would come over and I'd be sitting like in the living room watching TV. He would come and he would actually sit in my lap, okay, his butt in my lap, sitting up, and then looking out the window behind us for when their car would come down the road. I'm like, do you realize how much you weigh? You were trying to sit in my lap. Oh my gosh, he was too funny. He thought he was a lap dog. And another one that they had, because I think my husband's niece was kind of fostering some dogs in a way, kind of, sort of, or something. I don't know. But there was one dog that they had that they um, gave to um, a neighbor down the road. But when they had that dog, it, as a pup, it was big, but it was a puppy, so it was kind of like maybe I don't know, almost teenager or like preteen or something. I don't know I don't know, but it would spend time at our house too, and it was so funny because when it was kind of in its puppy stage, and you know how dogs will they'll run and run and run and when they're puppies, and then they'll just conk out all of a sudden wherever they are. Well, that's what the dog did. It happened to be at our house. So he actually went, she actually, she wound up sleeping at our house. And like, she actually, like, I don't know, I don't let dogs on my bed or nothing, but she conked out at the end of our bed. I was like, well, she's kind of big. I'm not going to move her. I'll clean up tomorrow. She conked out on the end of her bed. I was like, what the heck? We even said she could come upstairs. Like, what? She just made herself at home. But she was really sweet. And so when our neighbors down the road adopted her, turned out they had to kind of like they had to keep her like I don't know, they put something up so she wouldn't, leave the house because she would actually come down the road, come into our pet door I'd come home and she'd be at our house. It's like she'd be inside. I was like, well, hello there. It's like she wanted to come visit. Because, as I said, like I got a magnet. I got some kind of a pet magnet. I don't know. She was really sweet. I think if we could have, I would have taken her. But at the time, we had all the cats, and yeah, there was too much. That wasn't gonna happen. But they kept getting dogs that to like I couldn't keep up. But they all knew to come over here and come by. And if I was outside, they'd be like at the door or whatever, and they're at their house. Let me out! Let me out! Auntie's outside. We had a dog that was down the road that one of my neighbors had owned, and that he would come down the road in the summertime and hang out. I don't know. It was like Pet World or something. That was a unique experience. I don't, I never would have thought I would have had. I'm glad I had it though. It was fun. So I think really, if I were to have a dog, I want it to be a mutt. Mutts live longer. They live a lot longer. As much as I love, there's certain dogs that I really like, the breeds of. I like the look of them or whatever, like labs, black labs, golden retrievers, border collies. I ain't got the energy for a border collie. They got to be a mix. Although they're so freaking cute and smart, but German shepherds, they all have like these because of breeding, it exacerbates certain medical things with them. I don't want to do that to a dog. Just give me a mutt. Give me a mutt. A mutt from the pound or Humane Society. Just give me a mutt. Although if the Lord gave me a purebred dog, then I know, then I would do that. I love them all. Just think it'd be too anal retentive with a dog altogether. You don't claim any childhood pets? We had cats briefly when I was a little kid, and I don't even know what happened to them. My mother probably was like, "Get rid of these things." Um, and then we had a dog briefly, and my mother couldn't handle it. She felt bad for it, not wanting to be, on the chain or whatever to its doghouse, and she let it go, and it went. She let it go, and it went. So we didn't really have pets. I mean, that was a matter of like, just I don't know, maybe a week or two, the most. So I really wasn't used to having pets until um someone gave me a cat when I was living in an apartment. Actually, it was a boyfriend gave me a cat because I wasn't home enough to have a dog. It's like, well, if I'm gonna have anything, it's gonna have to be a cat because I'm not home enough for having a dog. Cats are more independent. What time is it? 1:14. What else can we do in here? Okay, so we, oh, oh. Yeah, that red is really kind of strange. It's a strange red. Not sure how I feel about using the color premiums in this book. Kind of on the fence. I think they really should be sharpened before I use them in here. The blunt end, I don't think really works that well in here. And yeah, I know I'm probably supposed to just, sharpen the ends, but I already explained my weirdness with that. What is this? Dark yellowish green. Okay. Let's see what it does. Ooh, sun's coming out. I can't do fish. I'm not a fish person. I need to pet my animals. I need them to hang out with me. And I feel like I'm too much of a chemical disaster to have fish. I think I'll kill them. So I'd rather not. Because I will cry. I will cry when they die. So, like, I can't be doing that on the regular. I like watching them, though. I think they're beautiful. My brother has, like, I think he has, like, a Komodo dragon and some other kind of reptilian thing. And a turtle. I can't do those either. Turtles are cool, but yeah, they ain't got no fur. I need fur. Hey, Vibrant. I need fur. Unless it's one of them hairless cats. Which look funny, but yeah, I could give it some love too. But see, I even like my cats to be mutts. I like mutts. I just do. I don't want a purebred. Nothing. Give me a mutt. They're always smarter. Maybe that's a bias, but give me a mutt. So up here, I'll do this and I'll see if I really want to, you know, if I really want to transform the rest of the color or if I just want to leave it like it is. And I kind of wonder if I use a blender, what will happen? Ooh, that's kind of nice. I kind of like that. Can we... Okay, that's kind of weird what I just did. I like that green, that kind of greenish blue thing is working for me. But how? Why add more pigment if you got pigment on there? You blend. I kind of like that. Hey, Char. Yep, I'm using color and like one Prismacolor, that cobalt turquoise that I love so much. And I'm using the blender. I think it's called Passler blender that I bought when I was like on my whole like, okay, I want to try every blender I can find and see what I like working with what and whatever. I like that better than adding more pencil. I like that. I'm just using the pigment that's there. That's kind of cool. I'm liking that look. Well, I didn't expect to be doing this today and getting this effect. And I wonder, I didn't do too much on here. Not what I wanted. This is all color on here. But maybe I just wasn't brave enough. Maybe I needed to work it a little bit more. Is there any... Let me do some more green before I forget this green, and I can put away this green. Is it kind of weird that I'm doing like all the right side of them? It seems kind of odd, doesn't it? I don't know. We might wind up liking this page. I mean, not that I didn't like it, but it's hard for me to like some pages in this book. It's Crystal Kingdom. Oh, it's not. It's the Fabiana chick. I don't have anything against her, but her lines bug me. I don't know what it is. I gotta think about them dark lines. They really disturb me. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just my little quirk. And notice this page doesn't have dark lines like that. It's only in here, which kind of makes sense, so they don't bother me. Some other ones, random dark lines everywhere. It's like, what the heck? What are we doing? What are we doing? Makes it look like what? Legib. Yeah, these are the color premiums. And then I'm also using this one Prisma. But this is all the color premiums here on the red. I think this I'll probably like the red better when I get another color underneath it, and then I can go in and like shade a little bit more. I don't know what color I want to make it. And then the spots have to be a different color too. Maybe black or navy blue. And since I got these as a dark green, I could make him light green. I could do that. And then black spots or navy blue spots. And then I just noticed we got another one over here in the corner. We got one up there. Oh, excuse me. What time is it? 1:25. Yeah, I probably need to go now. Get something to eat, something to drink. Get ready for my mating. My mating. Look at my email, which always like it's like, oh brother. Look at your email and it always is like more work. It's like leave me alone. Leave me alone. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Oh well. Make it work for us. Make it work. I kind of like this blender on this paper. It's working nice. Nicely. Da-da-da. Where did we do these? We kind of did. Feel like I want to do as many of these as I can while I got the moves. Because I mean, I have the moves when I come back and be like, how did I do that? I need to stop because I need to go, but I don't want to stop. As the Beastie Boys say, can't stop and we won't stop. Okay, I think we're just about. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna stop there. Oh, does it? Oh, that's something to think about. I always wonder where the light's coming from. That's that. Okay, interesting. Maybe I can keep it like yeah. Thank you for that, Char. Take care, Mary. Okay. Take care of them grandkids. Hopefully they won't run you too ragged. And okay, so I'm gonna head out. And thank you all for joining me. And I will see you all on the YouTube streets. Think sorry, Jay Carey is coming live tonight, so I may be there if I'm not in bed already or something. So take care, everybody. Bye bye.